back to Popcorn, folks. I'm Tim Boehme.
Matt Keeney.
And we're here to lay some culture on you.
Another awesome show. We got a cool movie to show later on.
Oh, yeah.
War of the Planets.
Uh-huh.
Cheesy 1970s era space film. And Jim Watson will be along later. You guys are going to look at a couple of cool movie clips. He's got Memento, which is a great flick.
And I have The Machinist. And later we're going to look at, we're also going to be, Brian Peters and I are going to look at a movie currently in theaters. I think it's at the Tivoli, and might only be there this week or maybe next week. It's called Waltz with Bashir. Kind of a running theme, interestingly, in all those, I'll get into it later, but there's sort of all these movies, the DVD picks and the Waltz with Bashir have things to do with like memory and false memories or repressed memories, so it'll be interesting to discuss those. But first, let's talk about another movie currently in theaters.
Yep.
This one's going to be in theaters a lot longer than Waltz with Bashir, and it's going to be in a lot more different theaters, and it's called Watchmen.
Watchmen. We both were able to see it this past weekend, the
right.
weekend it debuted.
Based on this comic book by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. Although, interestingly, Alan Moore never has his name. He won't allow his name to be put on any movies adapted from his work. So, like V for Vendetta, this one, they just mention the artist, but they can't mention his name for some reason. I don't know.
Why is that? He just is maybe adamantly against.
I guess he just doesn't want to be. He figured I wrote that, and you know.
They can never make it as perfect in the movie as in my comic.
I hope it's not something that pretentious, but maybe it's just a question of maybe he doesn't believe. Some people who write books tend to believe that like that's. I've heard a couple people say that's the genre I wrote it for. I didn't write it to be something else. So if it's going to be something else, let somebody else put their name on it or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe that's his thinking, or maybe he just doesn't like movies.
Well, let's just be honest. No one reads anymore, so.
So sorry, Alan. This is the only way that we can get your work out there. And I got to say, I mean, I'd be interested. I mean, he should check it out because this is a fairly faithful adaptation. You didn't read the original, did
That's
you?
what I was going to ask you,
Yeah.
right? Because I come from it just as, the first experience I've had with Watchmen is seeing the film. So.
And that's what probably makes it a little difficult, is that it is so faithful that it just doesn't go like a conventional superhero narrative. It's more like a murder mystery, and they kind of, and it's also like a cultural. It's set in the '60s and at times, and then it kind of goes through the '80s as well. So it's sort of flashbacks and such. There's an original group called the Minutemen, and then the Watchmen are sort of an offshoot or a later generation. But basically, starts out with a character called the Comedian, who's thrown out of a high-rise window, and
now, who plays him? What's that guy's name?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Because he looks to me like a little bit like Downey Jr., and I knew it wasn't Downey Jr., but he reminded me kind of his Tony Stark character in Iron Man.
A couple people. He's got kind of one of the. He was on Grey's Anatomy. He played some guy who died. Yeah, and I always remember him on Supernatural as the Sam and Dean's father on that show. Can't think of the Winchester. Yeah. So whatever. But he's a good actor, and I thought he was one of the best in terms of the. It is a little weird though. First of all, these are superheroes, but like only two of them I think have powers.
Right.
Like there's Dr. Manhattan, who's like got apparently the power just to change matter into anything he wants with his mind, and then there's Ozymandias, who's I guess has just a superhuman level of intelligence. But the rest of them just seem to be like regular people who are just really good at karate.
Yeah, they can really whoop some butt. I mean,
and the Comedian's out there like he's out like fighting in Vietnam and everything. And he doesn't even have aren't you supposed to have a helmet on when you're in a war zone?
Yeah.
You think a little weird you just catch a stray bullet or something, but
he just has the blowtorch.
Yeah, he's got a big
right on the front line.
I guess the idea is that he's got Dr. Manhattan backing him up, so if any bullets come nearby, Dr. Manhattan can just change them into flowers or something like that. So anyway, that part I wish I wish Alan Moore, frankly, had just explained a little bit. Maybe he does. Maybe I forgot. Maybe there's some source material about how some kind of, who knows, super soldier project or something. But I mean, at the end, it's like Rorschach and there's the Silk Spectre and the Night Owl, and they're fighting like gangs and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, wait a minute, didn't anybody have a gun? You can just shoot them. Anyway, so Comedian's murdered. And a lot of it revolves around Rorschach drives. He's this guy who sees the world in black and white, and he wears a mask that has kind of shifting Rorschach test on it. They never explain how that works either.
They didn't. That's something
mask,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of got that picture once Rorschach gets put into prison, which was my favorite part of the movie.
Oh yeah, that was awesome, wasn't it?
You know, basically, Rorschach has put a lot of these people in prison. I mean, we've seen this theme before where a cop gets sent to prison and they all want to go get him.
Yeah.
Some violent, bloody stuff, but Rorschach can really, you know, throw down some punches. He can take care of business. But there's a scene in there where, you know, the psychiatrist is showing him those, and then finally I get, okay, then for me it clicked. Because I mean, I obviously I didn't know, you know, what that was supposed to represent. It was cool, a cool effect, but
you didn't and you never really learn why does he
how does it move, right?
Mask, right?
Because I figured maybe he had some weird kind of face under there or something, his regular
Is
face.
it based on his emotions or something?
Yeah.
But that prison thing has the best line too, where he says, "You all don't get it yet. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me." That's awesome.
And also, now, being a comic book movie, I know I've seen some of these underlying themes as well in things like the X-Men. And I don't know, you have to tell me, and we talked about this earlier, were there some parts that were supposed to be cheesy? Because like that opening scene where Rorschach is investigating, there's some line like, "The city stinks like a bastion of retarded children," or something. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm afraid some of this does have that kind of 80s tint to it, like a Dirty Harry kind of, like Rorschach in particular talks like he's and even sounds like a Dirty Harry. And I know maybe we made fun of Christian Bale doing that in Batman. I just thought Bale had it cranked up a little too much. I mean, I think the guy who plays Rorschach gets it fine, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. And when's the last? You only hear the word scum ever mentioned in comic books. Outside of comic books, I've never heard somebody call you scum. You know.
Yeah.
But I think part of that is sort of like this hyper reality world of good guys, bad guys, and more in some ways was playing into that, but he was also deconstructing it a bit. So Rorschach is in some ways he's a psycho. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be a hero, and sometimes he ends up killing the right person, a total like that child molester, child killer that he ends up dispatching.
Right.
Other times he ends up dropping somebody who has just mental problems down an elevator shaft, as they recount in one story. So it's sort of like he shows you the slight dark edge, and at times the Watchmen are really just sort of working for the state and suppressing riots and stuff like that, and in Vietnam, in this alternate reality, we win in Vietnam because we have Dr. Manhattan and everything, this ultimate weapon. So.
And that's something I did like was the alternate reality theme throughout the movie. How Nixon, and they never explained how Nixon was able to run for 5 terms. I guess in this universe, the Constitution, that clause in the Constitution, isn't there for whatever reason.
Yeah, they must have abolished.
But the World Trade Towers, you'll notice those are still in the skyline of New York.
I forgot to look for that. Yeah.
And so, and again, it was only 1985, so maybe that just hadn't happened yet, but. For 1985, they had a pretty cool skyline. I mean, some of those buildings were, the one that the one hero ran his shop, and the smart guy, I forget his name, but that building. No, the real smart guy who was head of the corporation. So, but anyway, the whole alternate reality concept, I kind of like that kind of stuff. And like Lee Iacocca's in there trying to convince, that guy.
He must be dead now, huh? Lee Iacocca.
He might be. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But
well, if not, they killed him off in the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I recommend it, but again, I think for people who are not as into the comic, I mean, there's certain books or material where you can kind of fill in the gaps if not everything's there in the movie, or maybe there's too much in the movie, but you sort of haven't been exposed to it before you get it. But I think for the average viewer, it might just be a little too dense.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I don't know how best to say this, but if you don't like looking at male anatomy, don't go to this movie because Dr. Manhattan bears it all. And I kind of found it hard at times to take him seriously with,
You wonder, because I used to say you couldn't have full frontal male nudity in an R-rated film, but maybe if you're blue, the rules are changed. You can have a blue wiener in your... We'll let you in the door. I remember we used to joke that like on like a show like The Shield, they would show nudity sometimes. Sometimes it would be full frontal, but like if it was somebody who was dead, like dead nudity, that's never that great.
Well, I remember that was one of the things back when NYPD Blue debuted. That was one of the big deals. They show partial nudity, and you get to see like half of that one guy's ass. Yeah, it's like I want to see that. It's 50-year-old man's butt.
Dennis Franz.
Yeah, Dennis Franz. Yeah.
Well, did you want to? You were saying something the other day about the current shows were Lost and 24. We're both following those.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, we haven't talked about those yet on this 09 season of Popcorn.
That's right.
I guess we could start with old 24.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's been pretty good so far. I mean, it's always been over the top in terms of, well, you know, catching this guy or that guy. And then with the whole assault on the White House, I don't really find that too believable. But
Come on.
it's been pretty good.
Oh, we found a little hole that they
Yeah, a little hole that's been there for 200 years in the sewer system. Let's drill up into the White House. One thing I have liked, because this is something I did not start viewing 24 from the beginning. I kind of started in like 06, whenever that season was. You know, and they're finally starting to look into this, is how the heck Jack Bauer gets away with all of the rules he breaks. And they started that in this with him being in front of the Senate committee. And I like that, and we'll see where it goes from here, you know, if he does end up getting in any trouble. I think they should just do next season of 24 like just his trial. Like, that's it. Like, they can, you know, break it down to 4 windows, and he'll be sitting there talking to his lawyer, and like they could have like a guy pouring a cup of coffee or just some mundane stuff.
Yeah, do that. Murder One. Murder One used to be a show where the whole season was going to be one trial. So, you know, Jack talks with his lawyer. Yeah. Plea deal, you know, that kind of
plea deal.
Well, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, this is the season where I finally gone, okay, it's you know, we're in comic book world or fantasy world, because again, some place in what's the name of the country?
Singala,
someplace in Africa.
Yeah, third world country somehow has a general who has, you know, gotten into the U.S. government and corrupted it.
And corrupted like 126 officials. What?
And he's in Washington, D.C. this general, or the head of some third world African nation, has somehow found his way with his small army into Washington, D.C. and is able to take over the White House.
Yeah, it's.
Don't think so.
It's getting and just the fact that every time Jack tortures somebody, it always works. They've never had it not work. I mean, wouldn't you think one time somebody would just give him the wrong information? Right. But Jack can like read your mind. He knows if you're lying, I guess.
Be like a Magruder, like on Saturday Night Live.
I do like the Agent Walk or whatever, you know.
Yeah, she's from St. Louis.
Easy on the eyes. Really? Oh, man. Do you know her name, the actress?
No, I'd have to
Anyway, she plays the FBI Agent Walker. And
she's hot.
She's awesome. She has this sort of thing where she's kind of being initiated into Jack's world, and she's become horrified at. It's probably going to end with her going, well, it was all worth it, but it's kind of cool to see somebody who's
right, and she just can't understand why Jack doesn't feel what she feels.
He's just a machine.
It's like, have you watched the first 7 seasons? Oh, I guess not. Okay.
And again, Jack has the Rorschach type voice, and the Dirty Harry voice. I mean, it's, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? The one guy's like, these rules are what make us different. Not today.
Yeah.
So anyway, Lost. What about that? I was feeling a little punked earlier this season. I'm like, oh my gosh, this whole, this time shifting stuff. But I think it's settled down.
It has. I could understand why, if you're just trying to get into it this season, which many people probably aren't, but like my girlfriend's watched a little bit with me, and she hadn't seen it up until now. She's real confused about the whole timeline, and I could see that. I still get it. I think I get it. Obviously. I don't know, the whole Locke being the Jesus figure of the island, which is what I'm getting from that, because he's resurrected, is kind of a little much for me.
Yeah.
I don't know, just because that kind of comparison has been done so many times. But overall, I think it's kind of the way that they started doing this 2 seasons ago. The flash forwards were a new idea. I kind of like that, and then. Them having to come back, and they are revealing more secrets of the island, but I guess the thing that's fresh in my mind is them, once the time flash is stopped, then the people on the island, Sawyer and Juliet and all them, are stuck in like 1974 when the Dharma Initiative is still there, so somehow they're able to trick them into thinking they just crashed, and then they become part of the Dharma Initiative for 4 years. Didn't think that would have really happened, but again, it's all fantasy world.
Go through my book of 70s slang to try to,
hey,
I'm hip. And that's the funny thing. Now the current characters who were in the present
are in the past.
They're in so you got other contemporary, like they've landed on the whatever. I mean, so it makes you wonder. So is this show just going to end in the 70s? Because they said the time shifting's over.
Right.
They weren't going to. Whatever.
Well, I would have liked to see more too. They had that scene right as the time shifts were about to end, And we just have to assume that people who know what Lost is know what we're talking about, because we can't explain all of this. But, you know, they go back into time. There's this big statue on the island, and they've seen the foot of it. It's like a four-toed foot, and there's nothing there but the foot, you know, in present-day time around 2004. And then there was a point where they flash back in time just for like a minute or two, even less, where they saw the statue. It was still there. You saw the back of it. It almost looked like an Egyptian, one of those gods or something like that. Yeah. So, I mean, I want to learn more about that. I'm sure they're going to explain more of that, but, you know, I was hoping they would be in that time frame just a little bit longer. Because when is that? Is that before Christ? Is that, I mean, we have no idea. You know?
That'd be a tough one to call that. And like, who did they build it for, you know?
Is it a god? Is it? Because, I mean, you still have questions about, like, Richard and the rest of those. And who are the people he's with? Because Richard is a guy who's, you always wonder who he is. He's never aged. Throughout all these time periods, he looks the exact same.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's interesting, yeah.
He, you know, is obviously maybe was born on this island. Is he a human being? I guess he is. We don't know that.
Yeah.
But all the people he hangs out with are like these people with like tattoos, long hair, beards. Like, where do these people come from, you know? And he's always like nice, like shaven and haircut short and everything, wearing like nice dress shirts. So a little weird.
And he's got the mascara.
Yeah.
Sawyer made a joke about that. Get your guy out there with the mascara.
Yeah.
So anyway, folks, yeah, I guess if you're a fan, keep watching. I think, you know, I mean, frankly, if you made it this far, I mean, we got to go to the end, people. There's only, a few more episodes left this season. Then there's 14 episodes next season, and that's it. It's not gonna go past next season. So
they better explain some stuff, like
they better get to
the numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, you see those everywhere. You know, that's what they were hitting in the hatch. Those are the numbers to prevent the island and the world from ending and blowing up or whatever. What do they mean? We still do not know.
It's funny, like the last 2-hour episode will just be like, you know, explaining things the entire time. They once had an episode of Alias like that, where they spent like a whole episode trying to, you know, cover what was going on. It's like, if you need that much to explain, maybe, you know, maybe you spun things out a bit too far. But, well, folks, we got a lot of show to get to. We got like Matt said, we got a full-length movie called War of the Planets to get to later in the show. Some DVD picks, some current release in theater. So stick around for more popcorn.
You may not know their names, but the students who are helped through a Jefferson College Foundation scholarship carry thanks in their hearts. It's for the kindness that our contributors have shown. Make a difference in their tomorrows.
Education, the great equalizer. It doesn't just mean you get more knowledge. It means you improve your quality of life.
Give to the Jefferson College Foundation today.
Hey, people.
We're back.
And I'm calmed down this time.
Yeah, did you go to the anger management class?
I did.
You know, they're just doing their jobs here.
I know.
They try to get the graphics out in a timely fashion.
Still, would it kill you to get some powder? All right.
So, what's going on? I've got to be honest, I kind of tuned out of the internet recently. Is there something I should be aware of? Last thing I heard about was the Christian Bale rant, which we
no, nothing really new. Just Octomom has taken over the world.
I do. You can't escape her, can you?
You can't.
Octomom must take over the world.
Her publicist just quit.
Man, I would hire some security if I were her. There's some people that are pissed off at her, right? And you just can't figure it. How did that happen? You know, I mean, how did they?
I know. And there's a loop. It's a sick loop.
I know.
You don't want to talk about it anymore, but the only way not to talk about it is to say, stop talking about it. So you continue to contribute to the conversation.
Stories. They eventually do that in the media. Are we talking too much about this? You get to that story. You know?
You just can't escape it.
Funny, they've never done the story that, have we shown too many people pumping gas at a gas station? No,
nope.
We'll do that forever. So anyway, so what, I mean, she's lost her house or something.
I think she can't afford the house and whatever. The publicist quitting on her is the big news.
So now we'll find out that she has
because he did such a great job with her image.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And do we ever figure out was she consciously trying to look like Angelina Jolie?
All those lips, yeah.
And just, I mean, the way she does her, I mean, everything, it seems like she tried to mimic her in some way.
Yeah.
and the kid fascination. Did she just adopt that from?
I think so.
Angelina Jolie? No.
Angela, Octomom's got like a checklist of things to emulate, and she's also got a checklist of people she's going to kill. And Angelina Jolie is going to get a check mark pretty soon. Dude.
I better watch out.
There's some sickness going on in that brain.
So, and you were saying before the show, there's something going on with our friends Rihanna and Chris Brown.
Oh yeah, should we go ahead and make this my beef? Because I'm pretty PO'd about it.
Let's get to it. Brian's beef.
We'll go a little out of line, but this is my beef. So everybody knows about. Oh, thanks.
Oh yeah, thank God we won't have that issue this. I apply mine in the morning.
Yeah. How's that?
That's good. That's good. You look good. No glare.
My man.
All
right, so we all know about Chris Brown. We know about Rihanna. We know that he beat her up. But we also know now that she, beat him up a little bit too. Whatever. There's sort of a mutual domestic violence train at work here. Yeah. But my beef is this. First of all, I'm sick of it. Right, sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of the fact that they're back together. I'm sick of the fact that we have to hear that they're back together and that she's a moron, obviously.
Yeah.
Oprah has said, of course, that if he's hit you once, he's going to hit you again, and she's made that national and international news. But my beef is this: today, the news came out that Nickelodeon is going forward with their Kids' Choice Awards this year, and they're not pulling Chris Brown's name from it. And their argument, their logic, and it's faulty, by the way, my 101 students, if you ever see this, it's faulty logic, is that the kids have voted, and therefore we can't do anything about it. So somehow the adults have...
Pre-abuse or post-abuse?
It doesn't matter. The adults need to step in and say, look, there are ways to act in this world. There are ways not to act. Chris Brown is not someone we're going to endorse because he is a domestic violence perpetrator.
Right.
Alleged, I don't care, man.
Yeah,
he's admitted it, so it's not even really alleged anymore. So here's the deal. Pull his name from the list. Don't let the kids choose because they love him, right, based on the fact that he can dance or sing really well. It's absurd. So I'm really pissed
I get it,
that Nickelodeon, right, who's in charge basically of, shaping our young children's minds, has dropped the ball, and that's my beef this week.
I'd just be curious to hear. I mean, surely they must have done this voting months ago or whatever.
It was before the event ever happened.
You'd think that it'd be interesting to see if the kids still
change their tune
on there. Yeah, they might, have the voting again. But you're right. It doesn't matter anyway. They're still in. If he killed somebody, he wouldn't have him on there, right? So
no, you wouldn't. Well, you wouldn't think. But the kids already voted, so...
The kids voted. They're for mass murder. We'll get Manson on there. The kids love Charlie. You can't stop them.
Oh, I love your beard!
Well, he's a poet.
He is a poet.
All right. Well, we also saw a movie which... shockingly, we did not see Watchmen together. I don't know how we missed that one, but Matt and I talked about it earlier in the show. But I gotta you gotta go check it out, dude, because they pretty. But then again, it is a faithful adaptation of the comic book, and you weren't that thrilled about the comic book,
right?
So you're
probably I'm worried.
Not gonna dig it. I mean, but I just don't get the negative reviews, and on Rotten Tomatoes, it's still fairly, it's still got a fresh rating. But
and the reviews are coming up. Percentage-wise, just a little bit each day or two. Yeah, they're creeping up. So I think people are starting to warm up to it.
Philosopher.
Yeah, that was a special article. I liked it.
Yeah. So anyway, but no, we saw a movie that hardly anybody else saw, and I like watching. Waltz with Bashir, and go rush out and see it now if the Tivoli, because
it won't be there much longer.
It might not even be there.
All right.
So how do we set this up? It's kind of hard to. It's a cartoon for one thing, but it's a little bit different as a cartoon, isn't it?
It's
animated.
It's a full-feature animated documentary is the technical title, and it's the first animated full feature to come out of Israel, which is this maybe not so significant for us, but for Israel, it's a really big event for the director to put this out. Other than that, there's really no words. There are really no words to describe it. It's one of the most unique film experiences I've ever had. And I think that's pretty much across the board what people think. And they've never seen a documentary treated this way. And we'll go into more specifics about it, but maybe that's a decent setup, and then we'll move.
Well, let's get into a little bit of the history if we can.
Go for it.
You might have to. I'll be like, what was the history?
It's all you.
So it's set in the current day. We start off with the documentary starts in the current day, but it's a documentary. Kind of the theme of the show is a little bit of memory. Jim and I both have, Memento and Machinist films, kind of, and the idea of repressed memories or not being able to remember something, and then being faced with having it come back to you, is one of the impetus for the movie, because it starts off with the character having a dream of a time when he was fighting with the Israeli army. He was fighting Palestinians, and I guess in Lebanon specifically is where he had memories of these dogs. And that somehow it gets it going, because he had to shoot dogs.
Shoot dogs.
Yeah, that was his job. He was the dog killer. Anyway, but he talks to his friend who was also in the Israeli army, and I guess he's the documentary filmmaker, right?
Right.
Okay, so I don't know any names here.
R.I.P. Fullman.
Okay. And so it kind of starts, it's like a documentary about making a documentary in a way, because it's like, well, I don't know. No, it's not quite that, but it shows you how it got started anyway.
Right.
I guess. But do you think they recreated all this stuff or what? I mean.
Well, they staged it.
They staged it. See,
yes, there was staging involved for sure.
Okay.
So it didn't happen as seamlessly as we
like maybe they'd had this conversation and they're going, you know what, this should be a documentary. So let's go reenact this conversation, kind of in a way.
Well, it's definitely some sort of meta commentary at work throughout the film, because they're talking about, oh, you're a filmmaker, maybe we should make a documentary.
Right, exactly.
And then you're in the documentary. So it's very postmodern, obviously.
Yeah.
And with psychology, of course, being the central, central concern, the difficult cognitive dissonance, men who think that they are good, now that they're like years removed from the battle, and now these memories are starting to sort of cook up some nasty emotions, and so they've got they're experiencing cognitive dissonance, they're trying to justify their actions, trying to place themselves within the context of the battle, and not really sure, whether they committed atrocities or transgressions or however you want to label it, or assisted.
There was a massacre of basically, and the title comes from the figure named Bashir, a Christian figure, is killed in Lebanon, and the Christian, now there's a Christian militia that's with the
helping the Israelis.
Okay.
Right.
They commit this massacre as in retaliation for the killing of Bashir, and I guess the Israeli soldiers, even though they didn't directly kill anybody as part of that massacre, they feel complicit, because they did things like I don't want to get into that, but somehow the weirdest thing is that they start off thinking they had no connection with it all. Like at least the filmmaker guy, he thinks, I wasn't even there. Yeah.
Right.
And then it's sort of this process of interviewing different people. He has different people. Oh yeah, you were there. You were with us. So it's a kind of a weird. I don't know. Have you looked into the whole idea of repressed memories and such? So that's real, because I thought some of that was debunked a little bit, but no.
Not in social psychology. I mean, it's like basically the driving theory in social psychology.
You can't cope with certain things, so you just.
So of course, right. Well, okay. We won't get. We don't want to make this psychology, Psych 101 class, but
it just seems weird that you could say you're not even there, and then because this doesn't seem like some guy who's like shell shocked or something. But then again,
how can you define it
that way?
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. So.
So what's interesting for I guess I'll just talk. What's interesting for me, folks, is that in the movie what they've done is they've taken real life and of course they've animated it. So and not always is it computer animation. They've actually drawn some of the people who were sitting in the documentary chair for some of that staging. They actually hand drew that stuff and put it onto film. It's just fantastically gorgeous, and particularly the yellows that come through.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the scenes, there's just no way to describe. You have to see it on the big screen, please, too. But what's interesting to me is that all of this gives us a sort of distance from the brutality and the gore, but also just the sort of very visceral bodily sort of connection that you won't normally experience when you see war on screen. You're like, oh, and you cringe, but the muting of all that emotion is what interested me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what happens in cognitive dissonance.
Mm.
When you're trying to alleviate that dissonance, right, because it causes grief, what you try to do is block that out and numb some of it, which is what the movie does to the audience. It's really cool. And then in the end, right, they don't let us, it's that sort of Artaud idea of theater of cruelty. You don't want to let the audience just sort of sit back and chill. You want to make them feel really bad.
Yeah.
You want them, to experience the grief and the horror that was that war. And so at the end, they give us this miserable, graphic representation of the film, but it's not like some Hollywood reconstruction. It's real footage. And everybody at the end of the theater was just sort of or at the end of the movie was just sort of paralyzed, because we're like, oh my God, 80 minutes of animation, and then the very last scene is like 3 minutes of this haunting music by Max Richter, and nothing but gore, and you just left. For me, I was just devastated, and sort of woke us up, and and said. Right. Animation is nice, but this is what really happened, and they showed the bodies. Yeah. That's what was killer for me. It just woke me up.
It was pretty. I mean, the ending in particular was pretty. It doesn't make you wonder though. It's like if the rest of the movie is kind of numbing you or distracting you a little bit. Is it like just for? It's kind of like a punchline or something. It's kind of a long way to go to get to that, I guess. But it's not that long of a movie.
No, it's not.
And I guess, so I guess I just think it's weird to be kind of detached and go, oh, this is interesting animation and stuff with a war movie. But then again, maybe it's just that you've seen so many war movies that you would be detached anyway. So this is a way of kind of lulling you into that detachment even more, and then kind of nailing you at the end or something.
I guess so. Well, maybe not partially, sure, but it also allows us to see the dream sequences. Yeah. I mean, you can't film dream sequences like that, right? Not with real bodies and real real settings. You've got to put that into some sort of animation, like the dogs at the beginning, right? There's no way. I don't want to give away the dogs, but I mean, there's no way you can recreate that, right, without animation. So there are some things that allow us to understand the psyche that you wouldn't ordinarily see without some sort of external monologue, sort of commenting on. It just would have ruined it. So it lets us get into the brain, which is what the movie's all about. How we reconstruct. Right, our lives based on what we want to remember and what we can allow ourselves to remember. Some things we can't allow, so we have to shut them down. Yeah. It's a fantastic movie, man. Probably the biggest thumbs up I've had all year.
I liked it a lot. I will have to see it again on DVD just because I did get the old curse of the darkened theater. The tiredness does zap me again. I don't know what it is. I mean, because when I saw Watchmen, that movie's 2 hours and 45 minutes. Boom, never felt, tired for a second, So, and I had a big soda and I had some chocolate in that.
And I'll give him credit. He sat through Che, which is 4 hours and 20 minutes.
Didn't fall asleep.
Not one blink, hardly. And an hour and 20-minute movie, he was out.
Maybe it's certain times of the day or something. But I did think one thing, I liked a lot of the animation, and it is a very different style of animation, which is, I get a little bored with this new whatever crap from DreamWorks or whatever. It just doesn't do it for me. But I got to say, the stuff where they're just interviewing, where they're just focusing on people, a documentary subject, to me, some of that looked a little too primitive. I would have, but again.
Those were the ones they hand drew, too, which is maybe explains why they look that way.
I don't know, but
I'm not sure what the reason they decided to do that for.
Yeah,
but
it's like some characters in particular looked a little odd. And there was the thing where, like, somebody would, in the beginning, I noticed a guy getting a drink, and it was like this. You're like, okay, you're kind of pulling me out of it a little bit. I know I'm watching a cartoon here, so it doesn't have to be totally realistic. And I guess they just, if you're going to have long stretches of people just talking, you need to, and they did mix in, occasionally they'd be talking, and they'd cut to scenes, sequence or whatever. But, yeah, very interesting film, and, yeah, I think it really is... it's probably a masterpiece. I'll just have to review it again to sort of be sure. And the soundtrack is just friggin' awesome.
Insane. It really is.
I gotta get that soundtrack, man. It's just
From haunting to poppy
some
to
weird 80s music.
weird 80s stuff. Just crazy.
Synth music.
But flawless. It was just flawless.
Yeah.
And we saw it with the third guy, by the way, who I think is sort of in between us in his.
I think he likes it. Yeah, right. I think he
Yeah.
likes it a little bit more than me, maybe slightly less than you. But I think he thought it was pretty.
So we'll speak for him as well and say it's 3 thumbs up, I think.
John Plyman says 3 thumbs up. All right, folks. Well, coming up later in the show, we're going to have a further inquiry into memory with Memento and The Machinist, some DVD picks with Jim Watson. Stick around.
See y'all next week or month.
Show me your moves. All right, we're back. You're going to have a repressed memory later about that. Well, the theme of today's DVD picks, we had talked about having like something about time, and there is a time element, and certain things you're shown out of sequence in both movies. But I'd say memory and sort of the idea of like repressed memories or memory, something you can't remember, want to remember, whatever, don't want to remember, is more of a dominant theme. But the first movie we're going to look at is The Machinist. It stars everybody's favorite cursing on the internet guy, Christian Bale. He stopped cursing long enough to not eat as well for this film, and I don't really have any clips here to show you the real extent of it. I don't think I have any clips in here with his shirt off, but it's pretty gruesome, isn't it?
He looks like a refugee from the Holocaust.
Yeah, it really is. Like you see every single bone and everything, and just
he got very thin for this.
I don't know what he is, 6'2" or something, and he at least they claimed he weighed like 120 pounds, or something like that. So. Whatever, he suffered for the role, but it's a story about a man who works at a machine shop, and things just get weird early on. I would kind of call this a modern-day Hitchcock type flick. There's kind of a Hitchcockian soundtrack, which I really like. Some of your like spooky music sounds a little, woo, that kind of stuff. But in this first clip we're going to check out, there's this guy at work named Ivan who just turns up out of nowhere. He claims that he's filling in for Reynolds, some guy named Reynolds, because he was arrested. But later, Christian Bale finds out that Reynolds is right there on the job. So he feels that this Ivan guy isn't giving him the full truth. And they have a little conversation in a bar about this. I'm not laughing. Yeah. So Ivan's a kind of a kooky character, and he's a mystery wrapped in a riddle and an enigma, secret sauce.
Churchill line.
Huh?
The Churchill line about the Soviet Union.
What is it?
I'm brain dead today. It's a day after.
Mystery wrapped in a riddle.
Wrapped in
inside
an
enigma.
Yeah, right. Something like that.
So that's this is one of those movies where I think you pretty much sense early on, unlike other movies that try to surprise you, maybe at the very end you thought you were seeing reality, and at the end you kind of know early on that something's up. This character finds himself in some kind of weird paranoid fantasy or something, and there's just a lot of like weird imagery and just.
I didn't find. I enjoy. This is a good film.
Yeah.
But it isn't particularly what I would call an enjoyable film. But I was tired when I watched it, but it kept me awake. So it did that. And but it's you definitely have to think to watch it. So Now, this isn't,
Well,
you know,
not your
you need to
usual
pay attention,
escapist kind
right.
of fantasy.
But one other thing about the 2 Christian Bale movies that I've seen, which I didn't enjoy, but I overlooked it simply because there was something going on there, is he always plays the seediest characters. I mean, we were talking about, he goes to the dregs of the earth. This isn't exactly, if you feel down in the dumps, don't go to the, don't rent this then.
You're not gonna see your Tom Hanks type character
Right.
probably played by Christian Bale. Well, and of course,
Life is a bunch of chocolates. However that went.
life is
Life is like a
life
chocolate.
is like a box.
Yeah, me either.
So anyway, but in this next clip, he is working in a machine shop, and I haven't really covered this, but there was an injury which he inadvertently caused earlier in the machine shop, and so he everybody basically says we don't want you to work, and I guess the guy who causes a machine shop injury is sort of bad luck or something like that. So next, he's working on a machine, and I think he can predict
What's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Right.
This much better movie, but it reminds me a little bit. You ever see a movie called The Mangler?
Mm-mm.
If you want to see a really bad but entertainingly bad movie, see The Mangler. It's about a.
I've never heard those words put before. Entertainingly bad. That's
Well,
a new.
It's one of these where instead of getting caught in one of these type of machines, people get killed in like a laundry press or something like that. But it's like a Stephen King, so it's a demonically possessed laundry press. You know.
Supposedly, one of the foundations of comedy is pain, as long as it's not yours.
Exactly.
So.
Well, I think it was Brooks or somebody, the guy who did Mel Brooks, who said, tragedy is I get a hangnail, comedy is you fall in a sewer and die. So
like Harry Truman said, a recession is when your neighbor is out of work, and a depression is when you're out of work.
Exactly.
Same type of deal.
So anyway, the conspiracy deepens, or the assumed conspiracy, with this character, and eventually he does track down Ivan, or he tracks him down in a car, and so we'll take a look at this. It's just kind of he's willing to go to some extreme lengths to find this Ivan guy. Don't try that at home, kids. Yeah, I don't know, you think a guy that thin, wouldn't you think he'd break a few bones? Something like that.
He's all bones.
He's all bones. You think he'd just be crunched. Anyway, it is kind of a little bit movie that's kind of hard to talk about, because again, it's sort of, you're not sure what's reality, what's non-reality, but to me, it's just the music. I think again, the score is just really kind of haunting, and I just like the sort of combination of sort of a Kafka meets again Hitchcock, where you just have this world where your character just doesn't know what's going on. He's got these post-its that he uses post-its to remind himself of things, but then he starts seeing like post-its that he doesn't recall putting up. This like hangman game going on, so that's another mystery in the movie, and I just think once you get to the end, so a lot of those movies where you're not sure what reality is, you're kind of like at the end you don't really care. I find that it's once all the final puzzle pieces start locking in place at the end, I think it's a pretty good mystery, sort of again a study of memory and the kind of things we want to forget. So, but you have another story revolving around memory.
Just like this one. Your movie wasn't exactly what I would call a date movie. I don't know what kind of date you'd bring to it. Memento is if your date is a real intellectual and likes to, and you want to spend 4 or 5 hours in a coffee shop analyzing and breaking it down, in case that's what you want to do the rest of the evening with your date, then this is your movie. But other than that, this is not a date movie. The thing I really liked about this, I like the idea of playing with time, and I think that one of the classics of that is, and we've talked about it before, is Pulp Fiction. Right. That where scenes are spliced, you see the beginning and the end is the same scene, and there's a lot of other things in between, and time is out of whack. Well, in this one, they take it to all kinds of new levels, because you see all these scenes, and unlike a lot of movies, the scenes are, when the scene is done, I mean, the screen goes black and it goes to another scene, so you know when all the scenes are. You don't see that much anymore.
Right.
But you start from the end of the movie and go backwards to the beginning, and it's totally backward. I'd love to see somebody take this movie and go front to back just to see, to
Supposedly
get a different.
there's a DVD, there's a version on DVD.
Oh, really?
Where there's some kind of way to, it's like an Easter egg. You ever hear of those, where it's like a hidden feature on a DVD? And there's some special edition where if you click it, you can watch things in order. I just don't, you'd have to get on the internet to find out.
That would be fascinating.
I've actually done it, though, just by
really?
manually selecting each scene in order. I've watched it totally in sequence. All you have to, it's hard work.
This would be very hard work, because there's about 30 scenes at least in this movie.
You just select it.
In any case, Guy Pearce is our hero, or our protagonist, whatever.
Anti-hero, whatever.
No, he's generally he's a sympathetic character, but he's has a mental condition, and his wife was being raped in a bathroom, and he goes in with a gun to try to interrupt and save her, and he shoots one of the people that is committing the crime. I think they're drug addicts, but he gets hit in the head with the other, and he emerges. She's dead, and he emerges with brain damage, and he has short-term memory loss. He can remember. He doesn't have amnesia. He can remember everything from the accident and the incident backwards in his life, but he can't remember anything after that. So he has to come up with a way to keep things straight. And the scene we're going to look at sort of describes that. He actually puts tattoos on him because he's trying to get revenge. This is a revenge movie, essentially. He's trying to get revenge for his wife's death. And he loves his wife, and he's very dedicated. That's his one purpose in life, is to get the revenge for her. And he puts tattoos all over him, and he has to take pictures of people to remember him, because every time he explains, did I ever tell you I have this condition? And it's like, oh yeah, only about a dozen times. And the trouble is, the people he runs into, some of them can take advantage of him. So these next two clips ought to explain a little bit of what's going on here.
You say we talked before? I don't remember that. Yeah, but it's not amnesia. I remember everything up until my injury. I just can't make new memories. So I can't remember talking to you. What did we talk about? Oh, Sammy Jenkins. I guess I'd tell people about Sammy to help them understand. Sammy's story helps me understand my own situation. Well, Sammy wrote himself endless amounts of notes. But he got mixed up. I have a more graceful solution to the memory problem. I'm disciplined and organized. I use habit and routine to make my life possible. Sammy had no drive, no reason to make it work. Me? Yeah. I got a reason.
Today, 1 p.m., meet Natalie for info. She has also lost someone. She will help you out of pity.
Natalie.
You don't remember me.
I'm sorry, I should have explained. I have this...
You did explain, Lenny.
Please call me Leonard. My wife called me Lenny.
Yeah, I know, you told me.
Well, then I probably told you how much I hated it.
Yeah.
Do you mind taking your glasses off? It's hard for me to... Thanks. So you have information for me?
Is that what your little note says?
Yeah.
Must be tough living your life according to a couple of scraps of paper. You mix your laundry list with your grocery list, and you'll end up eating your underwear for breakfast. I guess that's why you have those freaky tattoos.
Yeah, it's tough. It's almost impossible. Look, I'm sorry I don't remember you. It's nothing personal.
I do have information for you. You gave me a license plate number. had my friend at DMV trace it. Guess what name came up? John Edward Gamble, John G.
Do you know him?
No. But his face on his driver's license looked really familiar. I think he's been in the bar, maybe. Here's a copy of his license, his registration, photo and all. Are you sure you want this?
Have I told you what this man did?
Yeah.
Well, then you shouldn't have to ask.
But even if you get revenge, you're not gonna remember it. You're not even gonna know that it happened.
My wife deserves vengeance. Doesn't make any difference whether I know about it. Just because there are things I don't remember doesn't make my actions meaningless. The world doesn't just disappear when you close your eyes, does it? Anyway, maybe I'll take a photograph to remind myself. Get another freaky tattoo.
Tell me about her again.
Why?
Because you like to remember her.
She was beautiful. To me, she was perfect.
No. Don't just recite the words. Close your eyes and remember her.
You can just feel the details. The bits and pieces you never bothered to put into words. And you can feel these extreme moments, even if you don't want to. You put these together and you get the feel of a person. Enough to know how much you miss them.
Sarah Seidel from CSI, there's the wife.
Well, he clearly loves his wife, and he's trying. He has to write notes on his Polaroids camera that he takes pictures of people, but he can't trust anybody. He doesn't know who to trust because he forgets things. Now, as luck would have it, it turns out that he had dealt with a case like this. He was a insurance investigator, so he has detective-like skills, and he also dealt with somebody who had this type of problem. That our next clip is going to get into that, and that's the first scene that you see, which is actually the last scene. But I think in the first and last scene, who knows? I mean, the trouble with this show is that not only is it out of time sequence, but then they leave you unresolved. That's the criticism I would have of it, because it's bad enough. I mean, this is complicated. This is a movie that you maybe ought to rent and watch 2 or 3 times, but it's really I think it's fascinating. It's worth it.
The thing is, though, even if you do all, I mean, again, I almost treated this thing like it was a master's thesis or something, because I got kind of obsessed with it. I probably saw it 5 times, 3 times at the theater, and then I rented it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, and then I read an article about it. That's when you know you're getting crazy, when you start reading articles about stuff, you know. And then it analyzed the movie, and it showed that it sort of clarified it for me that most of the movie is going backwards. The color scenes are all going backwards through time. But there is these black and white scenes, which are they start at a certain crucial point in the action, or at least, you know, where we think it is time-wise. Right. And they're slowly moving forward, so they're sort of like a big X.
Whoever came up with this really deserves a lot of credit.
And
I mean,
some of the stuff doesn't quite match up. Like, he remembers certain things at a certain point. The memories with this other guy sort of cross over with his memory, it seems like. So.
Well, then in the end, they really tried, which is the first scene, they really muddle it because they try to, you believe him and I still believe him in the end, but
then he consciously decides to deceive himself at the end. Yeah.
I didn't get that out of it. I think other people were planning that.
We probably shouldn't be talking about that too much.
Yeah, I don't want to give that particular part away. Yeah. But anyway, so he has a character who had this problem, and his wife was frustrated living with him, and his name is Sammy.
He had short-term memory too.
And he has that problem, and she keeps testing him, and it's driving her crazy. So this is the scene we're going to watch now.
I'd just become an investigator when I came across Sammy. Mr. Samuel R. Jankus. Strangest case ever. You know, the guy's a 58-year-old, semi-retired accountant. He and his wife had been in this car accident. Nothing too serious, but he's acting funny. He can't get a handle on what's going on. The doctors find some possible damage to the hippocampus, nothing conclusive. But Sammy can't remember anything for more than a couple of minutes. Can't work, can't do shit. The medical bills pile up, his wife calls the insurance company, and I get sent in. Now, this is my first big claims investigation, so I really check into it.
Can I get you some
Sammy can think just fine, but he can't make any new memories. He can only remember things for a couple of minutes.
This is Mr. Shelby.
He'd watch TV, but anything longer than a couple of minutes was too confusing. He couldn't remember how it began. I like commercials. They were short.
Sammy, it's time for my shot.
The crazy part was that this guy, who couldn't even follow the plot of Green Acres anymore, could do the most complicated things as long as he learned them before the accident, and as long as he kept his mind on what he was doing. Now, the doctors assure me that there's a real condition called anterograde memory loss, or short-term memory loss. It's rare, but legit. But every time I see him, I catch this look. This slight look of recognition. But he says he can't remember me at all.
Sammy, it's okay. I got it. Hi, Mr. Shelby. Thank you for coming.
Now, I can read people, and I'm thinking, bad actor. So now I'm suspicious, and I'll order more tests.
Okay.
Well, that Guy Pearce, I gotta say, I think he's made some interesting choices over the years. So.
Yeah, he was in L.A. Confidential, and I think that was an excellent film.
And by the way, the oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, that along with Pulp Fiction were my two favorite movies of the 1990s.
Yeah.
But this is just very interestingly pieced together. I choose to believe that at the very end.
Well, don't tell too much.
No, that I tend to believe him. I'll just say that.
You still think he's a heroic kind of
right,
character, yeah.
Right.
And I just wanted to point out too that we have Batman director Christopher Nolan, who I think, again, I liked The Dark Knight, but I think this is ultimately a better movie, certainly a better movie than the first Batman. Early on in his career, he did more experimental movies like this. He had Memento. He had another short film that has a lot of things out of sequence like this. Like, he really was fascinated with memory and time when he first started out. So it seems like he's beginning to get a lot more commercial, but still, I think Christopher Nolan's an excellent director. But again, this is peak of his form, and I guess his brother, I think, wrote the script or had the story idea for the script. So
it was based on a short story, though.
Right, that his brother,
right.
I think, wrote.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So excellent movie. I gotta say, your movie's in this case. I like my movie, but your movie's better than my movie. But still, I gotta say, for The Machinist, I'm gonna give you 3 fully popped kernels, which is almost what I give every movie, because nothing's a 4. Whoops, that one's.
Well, I've given 4s, but.
Is Memento a 4? I think it's a 4.
Memento's a 3.5.
Okay, I can go with that.
I'll go with 2 for The Machinist, only because it's just sort of unpleasant, but I've got to give it credit. At least when I was dead tired watching this, it kept me awake, and even though I wanted to go to bed, but it wasn't. I was looking at the time. It's just I wanted to watch it. It wasn't due to obligation. It was good. It was just there was just some. I like pleasant movies.
It's not pleasant.
This isn't pleasant, so it gets 2. But Memento gets 3.5. I wish they would have made it a little clearer for you. I mean, because they messed with you enough going back and with the time sequences. I wish they would have made clear what was ultimately happening. So that's why I give it a 3.5. Yeah. But I just think it was the concept. So many critics say that the reason they are interested in movies and the way why they give a lot more attention than others. Like there was a movie that Bill Murray was in that
Groundhog Day?
No. That was also an interesting concept.
Right, yeah.
But one where it was where he was in Japan and he went. It was a movie that was nominated and got a lot of nominations for awards. But really, it was a movie about nothing. But the critics liked it, and I think the movie watchers, people who watch lots of movies, liked it because Lost in Translation. That they liked it because it was something they had never seen before. Supposedly, and I haven't seen it, but
that's good.
The movie that won Best Picture this year, Slumdog Millionaire. Well,
yeah, I know everybody likes it.
Everybody likes it, but
I trust Brian Peters.
But anyway, they were saying that was something they'd never seen before. Well, trust me, you've never seen anything like Memento.
Like this before.
Memento is just, it's in another league. And so I'm going to give it 3.5. One,
well,
2.
I'm going to add to the pile of
3,
popcorn on the floor
and
here
I'll
and give
cut
it
1
4.
If I could give it, maybe I should give it. Oh, you're going to give it 4?
I'm giving it 4. That
oh,
is
what
a
the hell,
perfect
4?
movie. I mean, there's a couple of flaws, but again,
Yeah,
I think they're
yeah.
intentional flaws. I think they're meant to kind of screw with your mind.
It is a movie that I went out and bought, and I hardly ever buy movies. So.
I bought my copy too.
So.
All right, well, stay tuned, folks. We're going to take a look at War of the Planets.
All right.
We'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Jeffco softball. Come see what you're missing.
Oh, hey.
Hey, didn't see you there. Welcome back.
We're floating through space.
To Popcorn, yes. Great special effects.
I know.
This is the opening scene to the movie War of the Planets, which we will watch here in just a moment. A very moving film from 1978, I do believe, or at least that was a
Based
copyright.
on a race of people who wear red condoms on their head.
Yeah. If that's our future, I don't want to live for it. Well, you know, in the future, in these cheesy movies, they always wear the same thing, like tight spandex suits. You know, I don't want to see that future.
Form-fitting, you know.
How about some individuality? Come on, people.
And basically, that's about as sophisticated as the effects get. But imagine like you're living in an asteroids game, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like millimeter asteroids. That is what the space scenes look like.
The sound effects sound like a old 80s video game.
Yeah.
Like this beginning part, it goes, ring, 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 ring. It sounds like the stars having sex or something. It's weird.
I have never thought to what that would sound like.
It starts getting quicker. So anyway, what is the conflict here? Well, there's some kind of thing out there, some spaceship they've got to investigate, and then they've got to crash land on a planet. Well, I don't know if they crash, but they land on a planet.
Yeah.
Meet some alien race, meet some killer robot, the usual stuff. Of course, there's the mishap somewhere in the middle where some guy's got to go fix something and kill himself trying to apparently fixing stuff in space is a lot more dangerous than just getting your car fixed or something.
And we have our maverick gun-toting captain who just won't take orders.
Machines.
Yeah, he hates the computer whiz.
I think we need to get a new theme in sci-fi that we fear and distrust machines. I mean, I'm looking forward to Terminator Salvation or whatever, but it's good. I mean, the guy's like, and he's got to use all the machines. That's the funny part, but then it's like, that damn computer, that doesn't know jack. Human ingenuity's better every time. So anyway, though, and then, it's a little sexy with those skin-tight outfits. That's kind of cool.
If we haven't hooked you, then you can't be helped.
Then
You
go
should
to
be
bed.
pumped to watch this movie.
All right, folks, let's take a look at War of the Planets.
Crack another beer.
Check our coordinates to base Orion. Compare figures with signal direction. Angle Alpha 37. Angle Alpha 12, velocity 600 miles per second.
Signals in direction course. Power signals constant.
Exact coordinate, signal, exact direction. Course confirmed.
What is it?
Mila, check the distance of the stellar explosion. Oko, check the computer. casualties of that explosion.
Information requested on explosion is non-existent. No change of course necessary.
There's something wrong with it. It's the end.
All right, something just blew up. Is this really time for a snack? It's got peanuts on the bridge.
Gotta get that
come on.
protein on the run, dude. By the way, the computer said it's not real. Stop freaking out, people.
That was a refraction of a cosmic explosion occurring 10 million years ago.
All directions constant. Repeat. All directions constant. Never. Third perimeter in sight. Third perimeter in sight. Repeat.
Boy, this movie is boring.
It really is.
I just wish something would happen.
Yeah.
Oh well, I guess this is going to be a movie about a guy walking for an hour and a
How
half.
long does it take him?
Man, nothing ever happens in this movie. Jeez. Oh! Oh!
Sucker punch.
Total sucker. That'll teach him to fall down on the job.
You're inside.
There's no doubt about it, and that punch of his proves it. In the report, I charge Captain Hamilton with insubordination.
So you think the facts have been altered? I've never received an order from Miller. I've never even seen a report from Miller. All I have ever seen is a bunch of notes from an electronic hunk of metal. Now, I'm not in the habit of taking orders from a machine. It was an insult, sir, and he deserved it.
But he's talking about the greatest brain ever made by man.
Exactly, by man. The case now is in my jurisdiction. You should have contacted Hamilton personally. Perhaps a conference with Captain Hamilton would have been the proper procedure. It might have prevented this embarrassing situation. As for Hamilton, I assure you he will be justly disciplined. But if this incident became public, it could discredit Orion. Captain Hamilton certainly will be disciplined. You can go now, Miller. Commander, on silence. You're a barbarian, a savage. They warned me when they transferred you under my orders, but the warning wasn't necessary. Your arrogance was well known in advance. We knew all about it. Continue, Captain, and in just 1 month's time, I'll transfer you to the quartermaster service. Not a rosy prospect, Commander. I should consult Wiz for what happened, so that he would give. Eliminate dangerous personnel. I won't consult Wiz. I'm putting you in command of the spaceship, leaving for the Vega sector.
Well, Mac, now that I'm going outside, I'll try to find a good bottle of whiskey for you.
Good idea, as long as it's scotch.
No problem.
There you are. This is the airlock chamber to bridge. Segura's ready for instrument test. All set.
Alone here in space, because here is space. We have
Enter decompression chamber. Maximum duration, 10 seconds. Repeat, 10 seconds. Clear the area. It's an old satellite for the interception of gamma rays. It's practically a monument. You know that thing must be 100 years old. Telecameras 3 and 4 working. Activate radio contact with the outside. Why in the hell did you send only one man out there? Well, I thought, Captain, Come in, Peter. Peter, can you hear me?
Very well, Captain.
It's too hazardous to work alone. Re-enter the ship immediately. We'll prepare another crew member to go with you. The orders are that outside, we work in pairs.
Don't worry, Captain. I'll be extremely careful.
Captain, look at screen number 2.
Stop it, Segura. That's an order. If that battery breaks, the acid will destroy your spacesuit.
I know what I'm doing, Captain. It'll only take a few seconds.
I will
are in already.
He could die out there. He's liable to be...
It won't take long at all, Captain. I've got to screw this in. It won't take a moment.
Peter! You're a damn fool.
The acid's eating through my suit.
You've got plenty of time to get back to the ship. Use the directional. And above all, stay calm. You've got 3 minutes before the suit will corrode. You have 2.5 minutes.
Again, a man is dying. Is this the time for the romantic advances from the captain?
I always find myself aroused when I hear somebody screaming in agony.
Inappropriate conduct on the part of the crew.
You've got 1 minute and 30 seconds, Captain, before that acid eats through his suit. Captain! Captain, if the suit goes, I'll decompress. Take it easy. Instantly.
They're too far away. With that speed, they won't make it.
Look, Mila. What's going on? What are they stopping for? It's too late now, Mila. Segura's a dead man.
Dr. Wright, report to the dispensary. Stand by with the regenerator. Oko, are you sure this spaceship's in the orbit of the satellite's passage? Not I, but he seems very sure.
Here it is. The satellite has entered our screen.
Give me the data.
Wait a minute, I'm recording. Distance, 180,000 miles. Speed, 73,000 miles per second. Angle of trajectory, alpha 24 degrees. End of the data.
Object identified as the satellite Dana. Satellite is completely safe. No intervention necessary. Proceed on present speed and trajectory. Satellite information now programmed. Distance, 180,000 miles. Speed,
We're lucky.
73,000
We don't have to
miles per
stop
second.
until...
What do you think of Captain Hamilton? Don't you
Wow,
think
just
he's
interrupt. They're talking about
fascinating,
something serious, and then, what do you think of the captain?
Hey, any scene with Oko in it, excuse my leer, but this is the hottest chick on this spaceship, man.
And they're going to be fighting over the
almost a
captain,
message
maybe.
coming
Yeah.
from space.
We'll have to see, folks. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Uh-oh, the eating guy again.
Pâté de foie gras. It seems hard to believe, but in only 20 more hours, we'll be on our way back to home base. Your move.
Bravo, Marseille. All he thinks about is vacation.
Captain, our computer is picking up a strange signal. Here, sir, you better take a look at it.
Thanks. It's impossible. The computer's got to be wrong.
You understand, Colonel?
Yes, sir.
And you'll begin the investigation immediately.
It will be done, sir.
You know we can't allow this to continue.
I will inform you.
Report to me as soon as you have anything.
Those damn signals are damaging Earth's radio and video systems. I'm receiving solicitations from all over the world. Washington and Moscow have already called me 3 times.
Well, Colonel Altman, it's lucky for us that you're here.
Yes, sir. Let's get down to facts. What disposition has Wiz given?
Wiz affirms that behind this strange signal there's an alien intelligence that knows all, and there's danger. Wiz orders us to find the emission source and destroy it.
Good. Send an airship at once.
You hear that? More of those signals.
They certainly sound
But
strange.
it's impossible.
Oh, come on, relax. I agree that those are not normal signals, but I also think the computer isn't functioning right, that's all. So stay calm. I really think that computer in there has just got to be drunk. These strange signals could be radioactivity meeting a cosmic belt. And if these signals are really being sent and are not cosmic radiation, I figured they'll be strong enough to reach the ground. And I'll bet that they're being heard on every radio telescope on the entire Earth. Your move.
What's the nearest spaceship to the emission source of the signals?
It's the MK-31, Commander. MK-31.
Who's the MK-31 commander?
Captain Hamilton.
Hamilton? Fred Hamilton, the one on the Sirius expedition? The Mars incident? Intolerant of any kind of discipline. He should have been rejected.
Captain Hamilton is a good commander. It's true that he has quite a temper and that he takes a little too much personal initiative. But I'm convinced that while these aspects are negative on Earth, they're very useful to a commander-in-chief of such a very important expedition. The MK-31 will have to move beyond known space, and Captain Hamilton is the most suitable man to do it. With your permission, I don't feel that Hamilton is right for the situation.
Hamilton is to be discarded.
Let me go, Commander. Stop this wrangling. Wiz will decide. Captain Hamilton will go and do what he'll be ordered to do.
No, I haven't the right crew to undertake such a dangerous journey. We've just completed a mission lasting 6 months and are due for rotation in less than 24 hours. My men are tired. They need a rest. They want to get back to Earth and to their families.
Evidently, I didn't make myself clear enough to you, Captain.
I did not call you to debate. Wiz's orders must be carried out.
Nonsense. If a machine says to go out and get killed, it does not mean I must do it. The new rules allow me to disobey such an order. I'm reserving decision. I'll report to you later.
Consider your future, Captain Hamilton. Forget the new rules this time. You've got to obey, Captain. The commander here has helped you before, but now not even he can help you. He'll be unable to protect your career if you persist in your refusal.
Think it over, Captain. At the end of the mission, you'll all be given extra leave with the possibility of a very fine promotion. I'll be the first one to suggest it. You'll all be heroes. From our press room, you'll all be followed continuously by journalists from all over the world. Think it over.
I'm sorry, Commander. No member of my crew wants to be a hero. And the normal leave is going to be fine without a promotion. And tell that hunk of metal that MK-31 is returning home.
Captain Hamilton, I think Dr. Jane Fraser would like to speak with you.
Hello, Fred.
Hello, Jane Fraser. It's been a long time.
I won't try to talk you into changing your mind. I only ask that you behave justly. Allow the crew to choose. It's the only democratic way, I feel. That certainly does seem the fairest way to handle this, doesn't it? Hi, Richard.
Hi. How long?
Whatever.
Violent or gentle?
You decide. It's strange.
I love her haircut. Was this Grace
This
Jones?
is Sinead O'Connor. Yeah, I can see now why they put the, based on the hairdos, I can see why they're wearing the little red condoms the whole time. But everybody's against machines till it's time to have sex with them, right?
Mila, you're the one who's lost contact with life. You've let yourself be conditioned by machines. Sure, I know you're all able technicians, chemists, physicists, engineers, but no poets or musicians are born nowadays. And you've forgotten about love.
I think I'll never use the cosmic love.
You must never, never be fooled by imitations.
You must kiss me more often from now on.
You know something? I feel this is my first victory over machines.
Captain,
immediately.
All crews to your stations. Establish contact with Base Orion.
Tell Commander Armstrong it's urgent.
Spaceship MK-31 has to speak with Commander Armstrong. It's urgent. Commander Armstrong's coming.
What's happening, Captain?
Our radar's picking up two strange metallic bodies. I presume they're spaceships.
Spaceships in that part of space? They could be asteroids. They've got to be asteroids.
No asteroids could vary their speed like that. They're being controlled somehow.
Captain, try to find out what's happening. But remember, they're not terrestrial spaceships. That is, if they are spaceships.
There's a way to get an answer to that. Activate the scanners.
Executed.
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 The two objects are now in our cameras. They'll be on your base scanner momentarily. Transfer everything to Base Orion.
And they're really spaceships. There just isn't any other possibility.
Establish contact.
Negative contact.
Hamilton, try again. Try with all possible ways of communications. Try with the radio, too. Wait, let us contact Wiz. He'll know what to do.
I'll, interrupt contact with base. Mila, analyze the spaceship on our computer. Ask data about the crew and their weapons in terms of absolute probability.
Data insufficient.
In other words, we'll have to be content with a relative probability.
Unmanned spaceships armed with long-range disintegrators. 70% chance.
Battle speed.
Battle speed.
Activate disintegrators. Coordinate direction rays. Activate laser. Best range, 50 miles.
Approaching range. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We've been hit.
Internal pressure is 5 Gs.
We've lost contact. What's happening? Reactivate contact at once.
Our equipment seems to be working perfectly, Commander. They must have stopped transmitting.
Commander, the newspaper men are in the press hall. They followed everything.
Well, they're not following everything. Commander! Straight answer.
Now, we must get an answer.
Commander, we've got a lot of questions to ask. How do you plan to answer this attack against the Earth?
What are you talking about? There's been no attack against our planet.
We've all seen a spaceship. Do you think MK-31 has been hit as part of some weird game?
Will you please stop misrepresenting facts? A space skirmish does not mean that Earth is in peril and that we've been attacked.
That spaceship out there could have weapons.
Our bases didn't cite anything that could make us dread an attack.
Why have you already given the alert signal to all the bases?
Oh, because...
Now, we'll be quiet. That is a military secret.
Yes, sir.
The public must know about that ship. We may be facing the vanguard of a whole fleet.
Damn, that's enough. Get out of here. I won't answer any more questions.
Where's the communicator over here?
The Earth is in danger. The Earth is in desperate danger. It is very urgent that we prepare.
Aliens are attacking Earth.
Vanguard of a fleet. Our bases prepare defenses. Our bases
Can be destroyed like MK-31.
Repeat, spaceship enters our solar system.
Base Orion's monitors, we have seen the beginning of the end.
The Earth is in grave danger.
Spaceship approaches Earth.
I can't make it, Captain. The centrifugal force has immobilized me. We have to make it all maximum. We can blow up the ship, Captain. We have to break clear. Push the auxiliary ignition button. Pump. Try to reach it. Go on. Deactivate main generator.
Captain, the B circuit in the main generator has been damaged and needs to be repaired. I will
There's
let
no
you know
control.
when it can be done.
How are the auxiliaries?
Normal course. Speed reduced to a fourth, only that.
Captain, I can't reactivate contact with Earth. The auxiliary engines are too weak. They don't have sufficient power.
Activate videos 14 and 7.
And 17 and 6.
Gravitational force is increasing fast.
The angle's drift coincides with the planet's axis. We're being attracted by its gravitational force.
We can't stop the fall.
We'll be smashed to bits.
Ask computer for force landing data.
Insufficient energy available. Impossible to enter orbit at such high speed. Six minutes before impact.
You must stop the descent instantly.
Activate vaporizers. It's no good, Captain. There is not enough time left for that now. Activate vaporizers, damn it!
It's increasing. There's no way now to stop the fall.
It's too late, Captain. We've had it. That vaporizer still can stop us.
Captain, the spaceship's fall has stopped.
Nice going. I should think that the computer has realized that by now. Now let's see if it can stabilize us.
It's impossible.
The spaceship is sustained by an anti-gravitation force of unknown origin.
We're in the planet's orbit, at 500,000 feet.
But it's against every physical law. How can there be a planet with a variable gravitation?
It's dark, cold, inhospitable.
There are also craters.
It almost looks as if the atmosphere is frozen.
Shall we send a probe, Captain?
No, I was thinking of landing on the planet. Jack, is the landing module in working condition?
The module's working perfectly, Captain. And it'll be much easier to repair that faulty generator if we're on firm ground.
All crew members to your stations. Prepare for landing. Switch on videos 2 and 3. Activate the monitors. Mila, analyze the external data.
Oxygen 15%, azote 70%. Atmosphere and gravity similar to Earth's. This zone of the planet will stay in shadow another 45 Earth days.
The men in charge of space research get ready to leave in the module. The rest of you remain on board.
My compliments, Captain. You're the first man to set foot on this planet. We're outcasts on a lost planet in space, but at last we have something firm under our feet.
This planet offers some wonderful opportunities for specimens.
Do you think there's life here, Greta?
I haven't noticed traces of water, but maybe the air's moisture allows the growth of primitive nuclei, some form of life. This ground must be rich in iron and nickel. Take a look at this rock. Any radioactivity?
No indication yet.
Mila, look, this is organic.
Find anything, Mila?
No.
You?
It's a growth of some kind.
Interesting. I wonder what it is.
It's similar to lichen back on Earth, but not identical. I'll analyze it later.
No, this is a cure. There's something after me. No! Stay back!
Who's that?
That's Jack's voice.
Stay where you are.
Now we're going to split up into 2 groups. I want no heroes. We'll find him. All right, let's see. You right here. All of you go with me. The rest of you go in that direction. Okay, let's go. And don't lose sight of each other.
I think I saw him go toward those rocks.
Look. That's Jack lying there. Come on.
We've disappeared from one place and appeared in another. Captain, I don't get it.
Look, this is no natural phenomenon.
What's unnatural is a sphere like this, here, among these rocks.
It's all the work of a fiend. The same fiend that killed that Kiris.
Wait a second. Where's Greta?
She was with us when we started out. I gave orders for us to stick together.
But she's not here.
You're right, damn it.
Captain, you know what happened to Jack. The same thing could have happened to Greta.
That we can find out. Am I coming through?
Our reception here is very good, sir. What's going on?
Look, Jack's been murdered, and we've been materialized in this cave. Greta's missing. Have you heard from her?
No. We know nothing. But if you can't find her, maybe you'd better come back to the ship. The technicians checking the damage have reached positive results.
Maybe you're right.
Mac's got a point, Captain. Let's get out of here and go back to the ship.
No. With Jack murdered and Greta missing, we can't leave. We've got to try to find her.
Calm down, Richard. There's nothing we can do for them. And maybe Greta's waiting for us outside.
Mila, check your apparatus.
Captain, the sending station is in here, in this cave. They're signals, addressed only to us. They originate here.
An inert rock that transmits signals from Earth. This sphere is the sending station. Our quartz crystals have this property, but they have to be activated. Anyway, the power in ours is limited. There's some kind of message.
Yes, and I think it's directed toward us.
It seems a little clear.
Someone is near us. I'm almost sure there is.
That's crazy. There's no one in here.
We've got to keep checking. We've got to find out who or what's sending that message. The signals feel stronger to me. Hello, Control. Record everything you see here.
The videotape's running already.
Those strange signals are so baffling.
Let me know if you need the rest of the crew.
Okay. Let's look around.
Release them. I am Amok, strangers. My voice is pure thought that reaches the mind.
Hey, how does that guy know our language? Shut up, Richard. It's us. Our brainwaves make the telepathy become sound.
My race was great once. The machines served men, and my people were happy. Then the huge machine stole the command from me, and we became slaves. All this before the great explosion. I am talking about an atomic catastrophe. Its survivors, as you see, have regressed to an animal state. Strangers, Amok knows why you have come to this planet.
I think we've got to do something.
We will. Captain! Captain, can you hear me? Maybe they don't know about the rest of us. We could attack them from the rear. It'd be simple to do, sir. We can use the disintegrator guns. Don't worry about us. Repair the generator.
I am Etor, chief of my people.
You killed one of my men. Why?
No. The immortal monster has killed your companion. Many of us have died. The Black Peril kills all those who dare to go out of the caves. We cannot do a thing against him. We can only hide in the innermost recesses of the planet.
Listen, I think they're sincere. And if we help them, sir, I think it could be the answer to all their problems.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We'd like to help you fight your enemy. Can you tell us where he is?
Sage Amok says that in the Shining Cave, there's the monster. Amok recounts that the great death came from him. The monster hates any people and kills them without pity.
This race was once a great civilization. In every way.
This city still seems to be alive, and who knows how long it's been abandoned.
Let's go, Captain.
The radioactivity is reaching dangerous levels.
It's too dangerous, Captain, for us here. The city's an atomic stockpile.
The radioactivity is continuing to rise.
Let's get out of here, Captain.
I've established the signal's location. The message comes continually from a mysterious source and is retransmitted by the sphere.
It's not enough. We've got to go back to the ship and consult the computer. Etor, we can destroy the enemy, but we have to go back to the ship first.
No.
We have no choice. Etor, the weapons we need are on board, and we can't do without them.
The woman will stay with us.
There's no alternative, Mila. We'll have to trust them.
Whatever happens, I love you. I'll be okay now. Go to the ship.
As you've heard, Wiz is positive that of prime importance is Earth's defense. On the other hand, the unknown spaceships have not signaled on our radars, and the other signal from space has also ceased, yet it could very well be a trap. We can't risk it. All Earth's bases are on alert.
Wiz's decision is the best.
Captain, we found him.
I'll be right there.
Commander Armstrong, from Cola Base, they communicate that the sector HF-203 is refracting the passage of any kind of wave.
Their ship could have landed there.
That zone is totally isolated.
It's only a polar ice field with no interest.
Unless vicinity of the pole has provoked some magnetic joke with Kola's instruments. Ask Kola's base to verify all the instruments and to act accordingly. I want any and all data sent here to Orion at once.
Yes, sir.
Pay attention, please.
Finally, they agreed to let us know something. Did you locate the ship, Captain? I don't know, sir. Did you?
I believe so. The enemy spaceship should be in the Arctic. The situation is under control. I'm sorry for the headlines you had in mind, but Earth is not in any danger.
Earth is in danger.
Didn't buy it. No.
What will you think of?
I'll think of you and me back on Earth. That's what I always do, my darling.
The enemy is a computer. The images you see are materializations of its energy. To destroy it, press button for its elimination. Probable color, red.
We've stuffed a ton of information in this gadget. And the only answer we get is probable or possible. I want a reliable answer.
No certainty possible. Index of probability 50%.
I belong to Glasgow, dear old Glasgow town. There's something the matter with Glasgow, for it's going down and round. I'm only a common old working chap, as anyone here can see. But when I get a couple of drinks on Saturday, Glasgow belongs.
All right. Come on.
Get back on board and get the protective suits on.
You weren't worried, were you, Mila?
Just a little. I knew you'd come for me. And I'm glad you brought another spacesuit. The radiation in that city is deadly.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Captain, I'm getting all kinds of electronic signals. The meter's starting to go crazy. I don't understand it.
Mila, stay here with Wright. Holden, you're coming with me.
Yes, Captain.
Earthlings, put down your arms. You must not disobey me. Earthlings, step forward. You have been brought here for a purpose, the most important task of your lives. Cooperate. Do not make me destroy you.
You said you called us for a purpose. What is it?
I will respond, Earthling. Once long ago, the inhabitants of this planet constructed perfect machines. The machines performed all the work for them. The inhabitants of the planet were happy. Their only function was to control these machines. But even though this was their only function, it became a chore. So man built me so that I might control the machines and be able to construct new ones, thereby inheriting all of man's abdicated responsibilities. One day, the planet was attacked by alien forces. All of the machines were destroyed. The inhabitants regressed rapidly. I became the only one with the knowledge to construct new machines. And now I am able to construct them myself. I will make these machines invincible. Then I will be able to conquer the galaxy. You must help me to replace some of my circuits that were damaged by the alien forces. Without all of my circuits functioning, some of my memory banks are blocked. The inhabitants here do not have the intelligence to be utilized anymore. For that reason, I have summoned you.
Why did you attack us with the 2 ships? You could have destroyed your only means of help.
I only wanted to neutralize your engines. After that, I pulled you to the planet with my energy source.
Where did you get this energy from? To send messages to other galaxies and to amuse yourself keeping the dead city alive?
I control the lives and the brains of all the inhabitants here. I keep them alive as I see fit, just as a shepherd controls the sheep, and then at any moment shears the sheep. Enough now with explanations. I will indicate to you which burned out circuits must be replaced.
We must destroy it. We'll take our time repairing it. We've got to find that red button.
My beam will indicate the components, Earthlings.
He seems to enjoy calling us Earthlings. He says it with such scorn.
Bring that circuit component over here.
Captain, that red button there.
Shh, not so loud, it might hear us.
Hurry up, Earthlings. What's taking so long? I'm losing patience. Faster, Earthlings. You have many to replace, and I've waited too long for this. Hurry! That's it. That's the one. Put it in. I needed only that one circuit. Now I have all my power.
With all that power, the planet Earth will be destroyed. What the hell are you doing?
I have an idea. Give me your belt.
Here, do you know what you're doing?
Have you heard about David and Goliath?
Who?
It doesn't matter. If we make it, I'll tell you the whole story.
The whole planet's crumbling!
You haven't conquered me, Earthlings. I am stronger than ever before. I will follow you to the end of the galaxy and annihilate you!
Base communicates a strong explosion in the sector HF203, and the zone is not isolated any longer. The radar sentries report that no flying objects have left Earth's orbit, while an aviation scout has seen large metal segments scattered here and there on the ice field.
call a press conference. Give them press release number 2, that we have isolated and destroyed the enemy spaceship. And you can burn the other messages.
Okay, Commander.
No, Marseille is a nickname. In the Valley of the Rhone, you don't have megalopoli, but only small towns. Montpellier, Arles, Marseille. My grandparents came from Marseille, and that's how I got my nickname, Marseille. Cutlets au villageois. But the bechamel isn't very good.
Look, Marseille. It's Mac.
How'd he get here? Let's bring him in. Give me a hand.
We'll get him to the dispensary. Easy.
Oh,
Greta. What did it?
She's hurt. Oko, we're in the infirmary, but we have to get back to the bridge.
Yes?
Will you send someone down to take over?
Don't worry, I'll come down myself.
They're dead.
Get on board, quickly! The whole planet's gonna blow up! We can't stay here, get on!
Raise power to 10 Gs.
It's too much initially. That generator might not be able to take it.
I said maximum, Segura.
We might blow up.
We'll blow up if we stay here.
The generator isn't all the way up yet.
I said full power, Segura.
Sir, it's impossible until the generator's
Stop
up.
giving me excuses and do it.
Here I am.
I'm okay now. I'll take over, Segura. Oko, go back to Greta.
Give me more on the starboard engines. Increase power. More power. Segura told me everything. Sorry.
I've established contact with Earth.
It's the missing ship, Commander. They're reporting in. They seem to be all right.
Prepare yourself for a big surprise.
Captain, we did not behave well toward you. Whizzes told us you had 1 chance in 1,000 to make it. And so frankly, we had given you up for lost. I agree with you that machines can be wrong, and we're very happy to see you.
Carry on. Continue to delegate all your decisions to the machines.
and man will continue to prove that his brain is still superior. As I said, prepare yourselves for a big surprise. You'll soon be seeing one of the inhabitants of the planet you sent us to. I'll give you a full report when we reach the base.
Here's our guest.
He looks terrific. He seems like one of us.
I am happy to welcome the newest member of the crew.
Hey, Captain, he's automatically an officer in that uniform.
So let's recap here. Destroyed the giant computer that looks like a slot machine. Check. Save alien race.
Check.
No, don't check that out. They're all dying.
Well, I
in
just
this
assumed
lava
they'd save them.
No, I don't think they beamed them off anywhere, dude. They're all dying.
It's not stupid Americans, stupid Earthlings.
Stupid Earthlings. You forgot about the blue people with the pointy ears. Remember them?
The ACLU would be just very, very perturbed.
They saved Etor. That's it. Oh well.
Let's see how Etor helps them out here.
Oh yeah.
Peter, take him to the doctor for a checkup, will you?
He certainly looks okay to me.
Etor, let's go. Captain, I need some rest. I'm tired.
Oh, by all means. Now everything's all right. You can sleep for 2 days if you like. Go. Request coordination with Base Orion. Give data to the computer.
This is Orion Base. What?
There's damage in the line between the generator and the instruments. Our connection with Earth is interrupted again. Captain, perhaps in the corridor.
Better check the computer.
Breakdown due to sabotage.
Activate interior video 1 and the emergency generator. What the hell are you doing here, Ogo? I told you to look after Greta.
No need, she's asleep.
I decide what's needed or not. Red alert! Stop Greta.
Captain, she's here. We found her.
Greta, we don't want to harm you. We want to help you.
He killed them! Oh, there was all that blood. There was so much blood.
Everybody out! Come on! Quick, activate all locking devices.
Why didn't you save me from the rabies? Etor. Save her, Etor. Oh! Etor's throwing down.
But he really won his bare fist to touch that guy's face.
Etor's got special alien skin. It doesn't bother him. Just don't let him drool on you, Etor. Etor. Whoa! That was friggin', Jackie Chan stuff for these kinds of movies.
Shall I get her, Captain? No, Holden. I know how to get rid of that monster. You stay here at the control console. Open the door. Mila, you've got to get out of here. Come on. Come on, hurry.
That almost looked kind of fun. I guess Etor and the
Bye-bye, Etor. So much for the old Federation of Planets, huh?
You helped us kill the guy with rabies and psoriasis. We don't care.
We saved one guy from the planet, and we couldn't keep him alive 10 minutes into the flight. But hey, a human baby's born, so it's all good, right?
Happy ending. The humans are safe.
Alien dies, human lives. It's all good.
What a darling baby.
Ask that hunk of metal if we're on the right course, and how long it'll take us to arrive.
Little delicate baby. Oh, what a beautiful child. Oh,
Direction, course exact. Estimated time of touchdown, 30 hours, Earthlings.
Dun, 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 dun.
The end, or is it?
Or is it?
Yeah, they didn't give us the end there. Well,
It better be the end because I'm not watching a sequel. I can tell you,
You know,
that.
the weird thing is, I got this movie mixed up in my head. I thought there might be a sequel because I thought, was there another movie with a bunch of people walking around in spandex and red helmets like that? And I somehow got this confused with Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, because didn't they had funky green helmets in that one? And I kept thinking, where's the dude with the mustache? But you know, the dude with the mustache was in Santa Claus Conquers. Anyways,
both terrible movies.
both. This one not as famously terrible as Santa Claus Conquers.
I do love how they've perfected space travel, but they can't have color monitors when they're communicating. It's like an old black.
Exactly.
Not only is it an old crappy black and white TV, but it has that like bar going up through it. You know.
One of my favorite lines in the movie was where they're like, "Try all forms of communication, even radio."
Even radio.
That wasn't your first one, huh?
Yeah.
We've just totally thrown radio out the window. Go to smoke signals if you have to. I mean, come on.
Morse code. Come on, people.
So yeah, it was definitely goofy. Although I gotta say, we're only probably a notch or two below, like your average Star Trek episode. I mean, Star Trek had slightly better production values, but this is about what you get in a Star Trek. You know, encounter with an alien race, moralizing about some stupid issue about technology and overtake. Although they're a little more comfortable with technology on Star Trek. They're like, yeah, technology helped end poverty and all that stuff, so we're cool with it. But you know, they always run into the place where the robot's taken over. I mean, that's it. But yeah, this is weird in that they didn't have as much concern for the alien races as they do on other. I mean, they kind of just flew away and let everybody die there on that planet. And then the one guy they rescue, he gets on their ship and helps them fight off this, whatever. I don't know what the hell was with that guy at the end. He was just like, he's crazy. He's possessed by the robot.
Looked like he had a bad case of psoriasis or something.
I tell you, there's this movie called Sunshine. Did you ever see that?
No.
Directed by Danny Boyle, who did Slumdog Millionaire as well, directed that. And he pointed out, I saw an interview once, he pointed out that in these space, he's like, I watched every sci-fi movie ever made, and they all have similar things in them. There's always some repair that has to be done on the ship. There's always some alien threat. There's usually an alien. And the funny thing is that he made a movie that was just like all that. When you watch Sunshine, you're like, oh, this is like all those with a lot better special effects. So if you thought this could be interesting if it had a better budget behind it than Rent Sunshine, because at the end, again, there's some psychotic guy with boils or something all over him, and I don't know what is it about boils in space, skin condition. I don't know.
It's just creepy. You don't want someone getting that close to you who has that.
I guess it's
They're coming at you with
right,
foaming
and I guess
mouth.
the space is always like it's a very sterile environment, so it's a little bit more freaky to see somebody walking around with
pussing boils.
Eczema. Pus and boils. You don't belong in our perfect society.
You're gonna dirty up our spandex suits.
But then,
They're
yeah,
so
old
clean.
Etol, I think it's Etor. I mean, they just jettisoned him out the airlock. I mean, it's like, oh man, they got a ways before they can start their little federation of planets in this particular galaxy. So. Anywho, it did fill an hour and a half of time, didn't it? You can't deny that, folks.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Okay. Well, stay tuned. We're going to try to, upcoming shows, look at more, get back to more cheesy horror and sci-fi flicks. And hope you tune in, folks. Again, if you want to email us, popcorndudes@hotmail.com.
Tell us what you thought of the movie.
You could be the first. No, we've had a couple of emails.
We should think of some prize.
Like a contest or something.
First emailer gets a bag of butter blast popcorn.
Yeah, if
mailed
you send
to
your
him.
address and everything, I'll send you some butter blast. It's like 69 cents at Casey's. All right, folks. Well, have a good one. See you next time, and remember,
keep popping,
Colonel.